Mr. Greedy, Mr. Greedy, red eye and bleedy. Oh, Mr. Greedy, I'm talking to you, Mr. Greedy, red eye and bleedy.
Bless and love. Rastafari living in rain. You don't know I go power to the people. Yes, I welcome to Militant Voices podcast. I see season 2, episode 13, where we here to discuss a serious issue tonight. As you can see, the country right now is in the state of emergency, like I like to say, the so-called state of emergency. And tonight we here to discuss some issues on my views that I like to put out there to the people, and then you could chime in the comments on, you know, how you feel the same way. You see what I'm saying? If you agree or you disagree or whatever your views are, you know what I mean? Feel free to open your views in the comments, you see what I'm saying? So bless and love. We're about to get started before in a minute. Give thanks and praise. Bless and love. Bless and love. Welcome forward to Militant Voices, you see what I'm saying? You don't know how to go. Yeah, this here episode we call it the so-called state of emergency, you see what I'm saying? In the words of the great Honorable Robert Nesta Marley, this morning I woke up in a curfew. Oh God, I was a prisoner too. You don't know that word says it already in the line in the song. Yeah, I'm in a curfew right now, you know what I mean? Yeah, the talk is tomorrow, you know, after 9, no one can be on the streets. The ICA saying the curfew start, you know, the so-called state of emergency is in effect. The IC martial law in the Bahamas. I've been talking about it years ago on my posts and stuff like that, telling people about just what's going to come. You see what I'm saying? A couple of bad things I said end up coming to pass. You see what I'm saying? People don't see the things and remember when you say these things, you see what I'm saying? But they be studying, they'll see the time. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I didn't know this was coming. You see what I'm saying? Nah, my view is on it. You see what I'm saying? Because everybody have a view. I try to cover things from the conspiracy side of it. You see what I'm saying? Now, my vibe is this. Right, first of all, right, it ain't as big as they trying to make it look to the media to be doing all this locking down cities and locking down the Bahamas alone. And this, yes, I could understand. We trying to take precautions in certain things and whatever like that to make sure everything is safe and all that, right? But I don't feel like we are a state in our country right now where we have to lock the whole place down like this and you know what I mean, and go to this curfew and this, you know, this kind of wild, you see what I'm saying, due to these kind of things, because over history show from how the Indian stem got wiped out with smallpox and how them soldiers them bring, them Confederate soldiers them bring blankets them with smallpox and things inside it and wipe out the Indian stem and that. Biological warfare has always been used as a weapon in the war of depopulation agenda and control, you see what I'm saying? And right now we at a stage where is the new world order about to issue in. They next step and phase into they plans. You see what I'm saying? And this is a part of it. I see this is all orchestrated from the top. You see what I'm saying? To put this mass hysteria out there. You see what I'm saying? To get the people riled up. You see what I'm saying? They can make money off for it same time, and then they can come with a so-called cure. We're gonna make more money off for it. So they're making money off the chaos. Don't forget. Nuverse order Seclorum, order true chaos, and right on the dollar bill. Look at right over the pyramid, and you see the little eye, look at those words around that. I see order true chaos, that's what that means, you see what I'm saying? So they create the chaos and then they bring the order. I say, like what you see going on now. Now, normally, when things like this happen, you see what I'm saying, over the history you're showing, over history, anytime some epidemic or some kind of covert operation they put out there like that to cause this kind of mass hysteria, is to take you, distract you in one area whilst they attack you in another area. Now, most of the time they attack you is with laws. I see is implement certain laws that they couldn't push on you, which you wouldn't accept easily. So they come up with something that will build your confidence or break down your resistance into accepting the law. You see what I'm saying? So what they do, they come up with something like this, which you call a mass hysteria. That is to get you panic, get you afraid. And then they come and bring these laws into effect, whatever they want to implement on you. They say, tell you now you need this to be done because you see what's going on, the country in mass hysteria and what's going on, as you can see. So these now your psychological wild make you accept this law more easier now. You see, you say, okay, yeah, we need this to be done because you see what's going on. This disease going around spreading. We all are dead from this and all. So let the government do what they need to do to help prevent it and whatever. That time the government ain't doing nothing they need to do to help prevent it, you know what I mean? Because it was never really that big in the first place. But what they're doing now, they have the power to implement certain laws on you. You see what I'm saying? To control certain things. So when this whole mass hysteria over and they so-called say, okay, we now there is no more coronavirus around, we have the cure, it's been wiped away and all that, these laws can still be in place to control you. You see what I'm saying? So more time, I know the people have to be wise. I see I said. Now, you have here in the Bahamas, we having a curfew right now. The ICA saying we having a curfew. The IC is supposed to be coming soon. Right now they can call a state of emergency. The IC where they have been, but I look at this martial law. The IC. Now don't forget, a couple months back, you know, we had these tankers and things donated to us. You know what I mean, and stuff like that. These long batons and stuff donated to us from certain countries. The IC saying we saw the demonstration with the soldiers them running through the streets on the side of the tankers and stuff like that. We see it. The IC, you have to know that plenty things be in preparation for certain reason. The IC saying, and these people be putting things in place years before they bring it into a reality. It's to be planned out and plotted out and everything years before they bring it into effect. So when they execute it precisely. You see what I'm saying? And effectively, because they've been plotting and planning so long. But the problem with this is we get catch off guard. Do our government put things in place to protect us when situations like this happen? You see what I'm saying? When the hurricane came, the government was scrambling, trying to find out what they can do and all that to help bring, to help the people and do this and do that, whatever. But nothing was put in place to protect us from a storm like that, right? Nothing was put in place to protect us from the same way, the same so-called epidemic or whatever it is. You see, I say whatever conspiracy this is they're bringing upon the people. Nothing is put in place to protect us from this either. Because right now, just say a real serious outbreak was to land here. What put in place to protect us? Guys, any quarantine places put in place, anything planned out, any whatever, you see what I'm saying? So we always get catch off guard, whilst the people who orchestrate these things be planning and plotting them for years effectively, but we don't be planning and plotting things to put things in place to protect us from things like this, you see what I'm saying? So right now the country, right now in a serious situation, guys, you see what I'm saying? Which you call on a lockdown. You have people now who don't work out there like that, probably ain't working in a while because of the hurricane and mash down things. Now we just come from suffering from a serious hurricane. Now we roll right into this. You see what I'm saying? So what the government have put in place now, saying that they locked down the country and everything like that, and curfew in the town, I see what do they have put in place to help make sure everybody can survive. You see what I'm saying? We'll be forward in a moment. I see on Militant Voices podcast, you see what I'm saying? State of emergency in the Bahamas. Bless it. Bless it, love. This is all about Richard. Jada's fashion, I say, quality clothes for a low price. I say, the best budget you can find out there right now. The best clothes, female fashion. They're now doing male fashion also. As you can see here, this will be have here on sale. I see beautiful clothes. I see female them. I see, go. Male clothes also. I see, you can call them the Jada's fashion. I see the number will be below the screen. This is how we do it. Jada's fashion representing for the ladies, for our brothers out there. Keep it fit and strong. Looking all up to the time. You don't know how to go. Jailers. Bless and love, give thanks and praise. Welcome forward to Militant Voices podcast. I say season 2, episode 13. Topic, state of emergency, the so-called. I say, yeah man. Yeah, give a shout out to all my brethren, them who doing things. I see your doctrine. I know with the 242 network about to get the live performances and thing on the go, you know what I mean? And shout out to my brethren Gambino, shout out to Ninja Cats and the whole team, you know what I mean, who support the Militant Voices podcast and be doing works to keep it pushing and stuff like that. I say, give thanks to everyone who show Militant Voices podcast support and who tune into our episodes. I say we can continue to try to inform our people with militant messages and militant vibes. You see what I'm saying? Things that people are afraid to address, you know what I mean? And we gonna address it here on this podcast, you know what I mean? And yeah. So give thanks and praise. Welcome forward. I see what I'm saying? Yeah, to this state of emergency right now we're going on in the Bahamas. I see what I'm saying? Now, during the state of emergency, they say everyone got to be locked down inside and, you have to be locked down inside after a certain time, and, they're trying to keep you protected from catching this so-called virus, whatever like that, guys, you know what I'm saying? But what I've been trying to figure out, right, is it really merit all this judgment, precautions getting put in place, like right now, at this stage right now in the Bahamas? Like, you think that the town should get locked down to this point right now that we're getting locked down? You know what I mean? And that only just so-called 3 recorded incidents of this virus being in the Bahamas, right? They say the elderly lady and then the 2 people she came in contact with, I see what I'm saying? So if it's just 3 people and then you all have them quarantined right now, right? And everything like that, right? Why is this whole town have to be locked down? Like everything, you know what I mean? And everything have to get locked down. Like, what's the motive for that, right? The real motive for that trying to figure, you know what I mean? Because I still don't think, to me, as a conspiracy theorist, I still don't think it's about a safety precaution move getting put in place. I think it's something else behind this. There's some other plot behind this. You see what I'm saying? And you can see, and we can see sooner or later. You know, but I feel it's some other plot. You know, and I feel it's to bring in some laws or something, implement some laws or something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but we'll see. You know what I mean? And you just gotta keep watching. Once you watch and be observing, you'll be knowing what's going on. You see what I'm saying? So more time, like over the years, you can see it going on all over America right now. You see what I'm saying? Over the years, like judgment, you have people that have been taking part in this annihilation on the black people and on mass, on the earth in general, is saying on people in general, the whole population. You have the depopulation agenda. I say, and through the depopulation agenda, they use plenty weapons. Homosexuality is one of the biggest weapons they use because with 2 men going together or 2 women going together, you can't reproduce. I say, and you have other ways they depopulating the earth through the foods. They're poisoning the foods. They're poisoning the air. You know, these chemtrails and stuff like that. Be spraying through the air and moving through and like that. They be poisoning the fruits and vegetation, the pesticides and different type things. Plus they're growing a lot of GMO foods. Say most of the cornflakes, corn chips, potato chips, and all the stuff like that is beef from GMO potatoes and GMO corns. You see what I'm saying? And they finding ways of how to mash your system down and give you certain type of diseases through the consumption of these foods, them what they poisoning and tampering with. You see, I saying over the years, you let them develop in certain things. Your body end up breaking down in certain areas. Your reproduction system start reproducing. All kind of different things be happening in the current year right now with the foods we eating right nowadays. You see, I saying, and through the air we breathing and stuff like that. You see, I saying, and then most of these vaccines. I try to warn people over the years, stay away from these vaccines. Don't let them try to hype you up telling you, but come take your flu shot and come take your shot to prevent. That is not no prevention. In that same vaccine is the judgment disease they pushing on you or some type vibe. You see what I'm saying? The best vaccine anyone can take is Mother Earth, man. You see what I'm saying? Eat your fruits and vegetation. You see what I'm saying? Drink up your water. Breathe up your air. You see what I'm saying? And use leaves as medicine, herbs and things like that. You see what I'm saying? And you could cure yourself from anything, man. You see what I'm saying? Plus, you got to be one-on-one in connection with Mother Earth, too. You see, enough of us forget about Mother Earth. We get so zoned in on these phones and on these computers and all that. When was the last time enough of y'all going and check with the sunset? Or going around some nature? Just sit down in the front of the beach or just do something, just love nature in some type of way or form. When's the last time you even look up at the clouds and in the skies? I bet you plenty of y'all look up in the skies, now y'all eye all hurt. You see, that's how long y'all didn't look up. They observe nature. You see, saying? You have to take time out now to observe these things, man. Become one-on-one with nature so Mother could protect us from these kind of so-called, you know what I mean, and disease and epidemics and stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? But more time, now we can be looking forward, you know what I mean, into what the government have to say about this state of emergency and how they plan on dealing with it. You see what I'm saying? And how they plan on helping people through this state of emergency and how we can be restricted, you see what I'm saying, and whatever they are planned, we going to be hearing about it, you see what I'm saying, because they going to be addressing it, and, you know, the talk shows can give you the scoop, and, you see what I'm saying, and then through social media, information can be circling around. Sometimes information will circle around through social media or on WhatsApp to be propaganda or false information too, but you will know the real information because you can hear it coming out of the horse's mouth. You see what I'm saying? From you hear the Prime Minister or someone say it, then you know that's the information, you see. Now, ain't everything they say all the time is be on a certain level too, so you got to watch the trick of the politics, the language of politics too, because politicians speak a different language from the regular people. See what I'm saying? Yeah, but yeah, man, we have to give thanks and praise for life. You know, all we can do is just keep strong as a people. You see what I'm saying? I and I as a people have to be strong. We have to really, there's a time now to really look into things and see how we in this day where we live to see our country get into curfew and martial law and different type things. You see what I'm saying? We live today to see these things. You see what I'm saying? We live today to see one of the biggest hurricanes ever move through the Bahamas. You see what I'm saying? And right after that, a couple of months after that, we see martial law rolling in. I see they saying state of emergency. I see they saying all these signs is to show I and I people it's time to wake up in these parts, my lord. I see children of the Most High, you have to realize and know yourself. You have to start seeking your Father. Ethiopia should stretch forth their hands unto the Most High. We have to start stretching forth our hands unto the true and living Jah, the one who I and I know and who created I and I. We have to stop praising these false gods. We have to stop looking at these false religions and these false teachings and things. What is how us not spiritually connected. You see how you saying? And can't fight off these things in certain areas and ways sometimes. You see how you saying? Yeah, this is a serious thing, man. This is a spiritual warfare now. Be fighting too, you see what I'm saying? Yeah, we fighting flesh and blood, but spiritual wickedness in high and low places, you see what I'm saying? So I and them have to just watch what we deal with right now. You see what I'm saying? Our approach to things and our approach to how we view things. You see what I'm saying? Because it's a dread time right now. We living to see it. You see, we living to see it. You know what I mean? And if we study and go and study and dig up more information, we'll get this foresight and see things, what the coming all. You see what I'm saying? And if you could really study these certain things, you can get to figure out certain things that are going on right now around you also. You see what I'm saying? Because it's right out there for you. But what they do, they try to blind you with judgment, certain things they put out there to distract you. And the distraction is take your mind off of the truth. You see what I'm saying? And then they sneak the truth and sneak what they got to sneak it right on you. You see, and you don't even know. Because you're so distracted on the little thing they put out there for you to bait. You see, to take your eye off it, they put something shiny in front of your face, and you look at that. When you look at that, they sneak right past with what they need to deal with. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, man, a diversion. You see, they give you a diversion. You see what I'm saying? So you got to be smart and watch Babylon. You see what I'm saying? And watch the system. You see what I'm saying? Watch the government when they say certain things and when they do certain things. Because don't forget, these are the people you put in place to run the country. And you have to make sure they know what they're doing, and you have to make sure you know they know you know what they're doing also. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, you can't let them make them think like they got you fooled, because if they have that kind of feeling over you, they can keep fooling you. You gotta let them see you holding your feet to the fire. Hey, what you doing? Hey, what y'all dealing with up there? We ain't gonna allow that. We know what y'all trying to do. You gotta let them see you're on to them. You see what I'm saying? If y'all sit back like y'all fool, you know what's going on. Yeah, whatever they say, y'all saying, yeah, okay, yeah. They can say, okay, we can just feed these people poison, they can eat it. See what I'm saying? But you gotta be them type people that say, hold on, what is it you gave me? Show it to the dog first. See if the dog eat it, and see what's happening then. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, don't just have to chuck it in your mouth. Test it first. Make sure it's good. See what I'm saying? Make sure any information you get, good. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, man. But give thanks and praise, I say, and we can cover more grounds on the next episode where we'll be with Shango in studio, covering the grounds of why there is no African educations in the schools in the Bahamas. I see no subjects that really, depict us in the proper way, not just from the slave, you know what I mean, and concept and all that, but from rulers, when African people were rulers and rulers of dynasties, you see how he's saying kings and queens, you see how he's saying scholars and numerologists and biologists and geographic people and people who create numbers in the alphabet and build pyramids and all that, and people who did wonderful, glorious things. You see how he's saying that Babylon today still saying UFO did it. You see? So, yeah, we'll cover that, you see how he's saying, in the next episode. Give thanks and praise. We'll send some shouts out and pay the bills, you see how he's saying, with our sponsors. I see shouts out to Pyramid Cinematics, I see, where we do short films and everything like that. Shout out to our people them, I see up there in pop-up cinema, where we pop up on your park at your location and do our thing for you, as I saying. Shout out to Jailers Fashion, where you get the latest fashion at affordable price, I see saying. Shout out to Militant Minds Music, where you get conscious music and positive music. Shout out again to Gambino, the Ninja Cat Thriller Entertainment, I say saying. Shout out to Jah Doctrine, 242 Artists Network, I say saying. Shout out to my brethren Dookie Dread up there, I see Step Forward Crew. Everybody, shout out to everybody who doing their thing and who doing it with a positive mind, a clean hands and a pure heart. People, give thanks and praise, put the violence down, I see. Love our youths them, love our queens them. You say respect our elders. Let's move through in a positive way. You see what I'm saying? So the Most High and Mother Earth can work with us and protect us and keep us safe through all these times. You see what I'm saying? Give thanks and praise. Blessed love.
And Mr. Greedy.